There are guitars that became iconic because of the blends that played them. There are guitars that became iconic because of how they sound. And then there are instruments like the Gretsch White Falcon that feel almost mythical before you play a single note on them. Back in the 1950s, the guitar world was changing incredibly fast. Fender had introduced the Telecaster, then the Stratocaster, Gibson was pushing the Les Paul, and the whole guitar world was becoming obsessed with the idea of a solid body electric guitar. Everything was moving toward modernity, toward practicality, toward loud bands and more aggressive music. Hollow body guitars, which had dominated for years, were slowly starting to feel old-fashioned comparing to those new solid body electrics. But Gretsch saw things differently. Even though Gretsch introduced the Duojet in 1953 to compete with Fender and Gibson, they never fully embraced the solid body philosophy the same way. Even the Duojet wasn't truly solid, because Gretsch still believed that air and resonance were part of the electric guitar character. And in that mindset, almost against the direction that the whole industry was going, one of Gretsch's key creative forces, Jimmy Webster, started shaping an idea that would become something far bigger than just another model. And in the early 1950s, Webster was fascinated by something outside of the guitar world, by American concept cars. During that time, automotive companies were building these wild, futuristic prototypes for car shows. Cars with impossible shapes, exaggerated finishes, not meant for production but meant to represent imagination. And Webster had a simple but kind of a radical idea. What if guitars could be treated the same way? What if he created a dream guitar? Not something designed for the practicality or for mass production, but something that represented the absolute peak of visual and conceptual design. So he designed it, and what came out of that idea was the White Falcon. And even now, it doesn't look as it belongs to the same category as the other guitars from that era. The oversized hollow body finished in bright white, the gold hardware, gold binding, or even the headstock design. Nothing about it is subtle, and that's entirely the point. In 1954, Gretsch brought the White Falcon to the NAMM show, not as a production model, as a concept guitar to showcase what the company was capable of. And the industry just lost its mind. Dealers were so desperate to order this that Gretsch had to figure out how to mass produce the prototype that was never meant to the public. And over time, Falcon evolved along the music itself. Different versions used different pickup configuration, the hardware changed, even body variations appeared, including a double cutaway versions in later years. But the core identity never disappeared. And this one right here is a modern Japanese-made interpretation of that legacy, the Gretsch White Falcon G6136. The body is a full hollow laminated maple construction, finished in high-gloss white urethane with classic F-holes and Gretsch MA style bracing. It uses a 25.5 scale length, which adds a bit more string tension and snap compared to shorter Gretsch scales. The neck is maple with a standard Gretsch U profile and gloss urethane finish. The fingerboard is ebony with a 12-inch radius and 22 medium jumbo frets. Electronics are a pair of Gretsch Filtertron pickups in the neck and bridge position. The control layout isn't overly complicated, so you have individual volume for each pickup, master volume, master tone, and a three-way selector switch. Hardware includes a Bigsby B6 GP vibrato with a rocking bar bridge setup. Tuning stability is handled by Grover Imperial tuners. Visually and hardware-wise, it's fully traditional White Falcon. Gold hardware, jeweled G-arrow knobs, gold plexi pick guard with a Falcon, gold sparkle binding on the headstock, body and neck, big decorative headstock, and the oversized hollow body format. So the best thing to do at this point is to hear how it sounds. Playing it kinda confirms what the specs and history were pointing to from the beginning. This isn't a guitar that tries to be subtle or blend into the background, and that becomes very obvious once you've had it in your hands for a while, because it doesn't really behave as a neutral platform that adapts to anything you do with it. A lot of modern instruments are designed to, let's say, disappear, to feel ergonomic, minimal, and efficient. The White Falcon is the complete opposite of that. It's not trying to get out of the way, it's not trying to be invisible. And that's probably why it ended up being played by so many famous guitarists, so many famous musicians. Because when you try to research it, it turns out that basically everyone played a Gretsch White Falcon at some point in their career. It's a bit of an exaggeration, of course, but players like Neil Young, Jack White, Martin L. Gore, Bowie Duffy, John Frusciante, Malcolm Young, they all loved this instrument. They approached it differently and played it in different musical worlds and styles. So that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if so, remember to hit the like button, to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, to ring the bell to be notified when I post new videos, and also follow me on Instagram for some more guitar content. See you next time. Bye!